Well, good morning, everyone. How is what is today? Wednesday going so far? It is chilly here in California. It must be, let's see what the temperature, 58 degrees. Oh my goodness. This, this Middle Eastern descent man is chilly at 58 degrees here in California. I admit it. Well, let's see here. Let's get some chats going here. And let's see if we can find Alex. Here we go. I think we've got things. Well, good morning.
How are you?
What's the weather over there?
Currently 78 degrees and sunny.
It's not 78, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's 58 degrees here. It's bone chilling. Oh, did we lose you, Alex?
58 is awesome.
Yeah, well, not for this Middle Eastern man. Oh, let's see what. There we are. There you are.
58 is in LA. Hell froze over.
I'm telling you, it's freaking cold, man. I am not. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not used to it.
58 is perfect.
When I lived in Colorado, it was up in the Winter Park area. It literally, Alex, was 20 degrees below zero 7 months out of the year.
I was born in Denver, so I'm aware.
Oh yes, you know.
I love snowboarding in 0 degree weather. Let's go.
You know, it's funny. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, guys.
So talk about snowboarding. So I wasn't a skier when we moved to Winter Park, right? And so the kids were young. My ex-wife, she loved to ski. And so I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I thought, you know what? I used to be a skateboarder. So I figured, well, I'll snowboard. So I get a snowboard, I get the jumpsuit, I get everything I need. And I'm about 2 days into it and I just can't get this thing, right? So I hire an instructor. I remember his name. His name was Stan. And after a day of instructing, at the end of the day, I just said, Stan, am I going to get this thing? And he kind of looks at me and he goes, Sam, you might want to try skiing. And I said, that's all I needed to hear. So I went to skiing, and believe me, I'm no slope master, but I can get up and down the mountain.
Well, I think we've talked about this before, but I woke up in a bedroom one morning and there was a snowboard standing in the corner, and I had skied my whole life. And I thought, oh crap, she's going to want to go snowboarding. I better learn how. So went up, took a half-day lesson. 30 minutes into the lesson, they peeled me off of the class and gave me my own instructor. And after the, 3-hour, 4-hour, whatever, he goes, dude, there's nothing else I can teach you. You're in the top 2% of people that have ever picked it up that fast. And I've been snowboarding ever since.
Wow.
Love snowboarding.
Not
Love
me.
It. It's the closest you'll get to flying without ever getting your feet off the ground.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's an accomplishment. Dave, how are you doing this morning?
He's paused.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, there he is. How are you this morning, Dave?
Getting organized over here. A little bit of sprinkling, about 65 degrees over here. Cloudy.
Well, you can't do the combine if it's sprinkling, can you?
Yeah, it's a fine line.
Oh.
If it doesn't get too wet, you're okay. But it's lightened up now, and the breeze has picked up, so it's getting better.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting better.
I don't know if you heard, but it's a chilly 58 degrees here in California this morning.
You better break out your ski jacket.
Exactly, a parka.
It's 78 here. I don't know what you guys are complaining about.
I know, right? Jeez. All right, well, let's say some good mornings here. Let's see who we've got. We have Janet Nelson over on YouTube, Richard Pacente. Janet said, ooh, that's fall weather. Would love that here in Arizona. Yeah, it's probably fairly hot over there. David Morales is here. Good morning, David. And let's see here. Oh, man, the chat's moving fast this morning. People must have a lot to say today. Let's see here. Mama Bear. Good morning, Mama Bear. Jen X Holtz, Lee, Rick Sr., Tanya Moonsheiber, Lisa Maria. Good morning, Lisa. Wendy, happy hump day to you too. Sherry from East Tennessee. Good morning, Sherry. Wendy, Joy, Chris Romano. Good morning, Wendy J. Joy said it's 57 in Vegas. Yeah, it's cold over there too. Geez. Marianne Thompson. Good morning, Marianne. Laffy Rocks. Good morning, Laffy. Jan loving being grandma. Good morning, Sam. Good fall morning. Would love 58 in Arizona. I'm sure you would. Towie Bixby. Towie, good morning. Benji 1959. Good morning, Big Ben. Kevin Kiesler's here. And of course, Brian with the squirrels already in the chat. Beaver's here from Colorado Springs. It's in the 70s today. Interesting. Martin's WB. Good morning, Martin. Dana Mackey. Good morning, Dana. Gary Murphy, Scratch 65. Lister Ranch Life said the family ranch is in the process of selling today. Well, we wish you nothing but the best with that venture. Let's see here. Sassy Minnesota girl. Hey, Sassy, haven't seen you in a while. Glad you showed up. Mary Lise Brown. Good morning, Mary Lise. JP Metal Slayer. He said he's been snowboarding since 1993. Okay, JP, go ahead. Rub it in. Why don't you? I get it. That's great, though. Virgo 47. Good morning, Virgo. Jason Coons is here. Kayla Southeast Arky Girl just showed up. Hey, Kayla. Glad you could make it. Jody Singleton is here. Ed Traveler is here. And look who just showed up. Valerie James. Good morning, Valerie. Deb Morse over on X said, good morning from central Massachusetts. It's 60 degrees over there. Ooh, another chilly one. Oh, boy. All right. Well, Free to be me's here. Hey, Free. Glad you could make it. All right. So let's see here. Nice October pumpkin. That's a nice way to start off the show. Alex, what do you think? You got time for some indices here?
No, I don't have any time. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful 78 degrees here in the southeast Kansas area on an October 15th, 2025. Indices up, and up. S&P 500 up 30 points to 6,675. Dow is up 93 points to 46,363. NASDAQ is up 146 points to 22,668. And gold is up, looks like $45, Mr. Gwen. $200 since we took that bet, I think. So we're probably sitting in a pretty safe spot. Currently sitting at $4,209, up $45. Silver is up $1.76 to $51.52 per ounce.
Wow.
Looking at the crypto markets. Oh, my tab blinked out. Here we go. Bitcoin down 1.84%. My stakes are safe. $111,038.50. Ethereum down 2% at $3,989. XRP down 2.6% to $2.45. Cardano down 3.5% to 67 cents. XLM Stellar Lumens is down 2.5% at 33 cents, and HBAR Hedera is down 2.5% at 18 cents. Looking at the oil, where was it? There we go. Down 26 cents to 58.44 per barrel. Lots of drops today. October 15th, 2020. Without you, collectively, there would have been no way to bypass their control. They weren't able to repeat the mistakes of 2016. You are what matters most. United, not divided, in all caps. You are awake, thinking for yourself is their greatest fear. Welcome to the digital battlefield. WWG1GWGA.
Yeah, probably better say it that way than the other way. I know. Well, thank you, Alex. Let's see here. Oh, I just lost my place. There we go. Oh, sassy Minnesota girl. Glad you're feeling better. David said James is AWOL. Exactly. Well, he's busy. He's been doing his cropping or whatever you do at harvesting, and he will be back. But he is missed. Of course he is. Lisa Maria said, James, if you're watching, we love you. Yes, we do, James. Quit playing around. Get over here. Get back on the screen where you need to be. We're on to you. Let's see here.
Whoa, pumpkin patch. Let's
oh
go.
My gosh, that was cool. Who
Mary
was that?
Lee.
Mary Lise Brown. You are so sweet. Thank you, Mary Lise. USLOLOUS says it's Go Lions. Huh? Go Lions. You must have a fan in the crowd, Alex.
Lions, not sheep.
Jody Singleton said, God is good. Amen. Vicky Veronic just showed up. Baby girl is here. Good morning, baby girl. I thought that was James there for a minute with the Merlin thing, but it was Big Ben. Thank you, Ben. Just the Mess from Tex just showed up. And apparently you have another Lions fan, Alex. Dana Mackey. Go Lions. Now they're from Minnesota, right?
This is not the Lions. This is the brand Lions, not sheep. See, it says, oh, you can't see it because it's all green.
Oh, I
says
see. Yeah.
Lions, not sheep.
So that's not in reference to the NFL team?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
From Detroit.
What's that?
Not Minnesota. They're from Detroit, not Minnesota.
I just busted everybody's chops.
I wasn't sure. I think you had a shake and grin on. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that game where you score more points?
Yeah, exactly. JP Metal Slayer said, Go Falcons, sassy Minnesota girl. Vikings says Vikings is Minnesota. I know, I'm just busting everybody's chops this morning. Hey, Charlie just showed up. Good afternoon, Charlie. Glad you could make it. And there she is, Pure Blood Holly Johns. Keep up the good work, Pure Blood. We watch your updates throughout the day. They're very informative. Thank you. David Morales said it's 55 degrees, 13 degrees Celsius in London. Ho, 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 ho. Is that? Oh, Richard Pacente has a birthday over on YouTube. He is 66 years old. Happy birthday, Richard. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful day. All right. Dave, what do you got for us? You have anything for us today?
Let me get parked. I'm riding in an Uber today, so let me get parked.
You're riding in an Uber? What are you talking about?
A combine Uber.
Oh,
It's for TikTok purposes. While you're doing that parking, I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee.
okay.
Yeah, grab a coffee. Looks like corn is up 1 to 2 across the board. Soybeans are up 1 to 2 also. Wheat is down 1 to 2. Pretty quiet day. Nothing a lot moving on them. As for cattle and hogs here, feeder cattle is down 0.5%, and the hogs are up 0.4%. I will wait for your dispatch on President Trump talking about the soybeans. I got a few other things to add, and what we're talking about oil, used cooking oil from China coming into the West Coast, utilizing that. So we'll talk some numbers on that.
In fact, Dave, let me adjust this here. Let's just jump into that story right away because I think it was important. And let's see here. Hold on, everybody. I'm trying to get to the right story. So President Trump yesterday came out and made a statement. And what he was talking about was the farmers. And he said, I believe that China purposefully, and thank you, Dave, for sending me this yesterday. He said, I believe that China purposefully not buying our soybeans and causing difficulty for our soybean farmers is an economically hostile act. We are considering terminating business with China having to do with cooking oil and other elements of trade as retribution. As an example, we can easily produce cooking oil ourselves. We don't need to purchase it from China. So, Dave, what is it that you were going to expound upon on that?
Well, when they say they label it used cooking oil, and that can be made into biodiesels and cosmetics and all that stuff. And the reason why the West Coast import it from China, because they can get it cheaper and they can save on their carbon credit points. So the whole carbon credit, we're not, all we're doing is bringing it in. We're not manufacturing or crushing it.
Got it.
So they're saving on their made up carbon credit stuff. In 2024, we brought in 1.27 million metric tons of used cooking oil, and it's plummeted since 2025. So it's already happening. We're down 65% compared to 2024.
Down 65% in terms of what we're buying from them?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I think it's already in the works. And it's to make 1 million metric ton of soybean oil or cooking oil, it takes 5.26 million metric tons of soybeans.
Wow.
Which that's a lot. So to be self-efficient, we should do it anyway. But the big thing is we're fighting your state, fighting Oregon, because of this carbon credit made up BS.
Now, this cooking oil, Dave, you said they use it for biodiesel?
Biodiesel, yeah. So soy diesel, they use it in cosmetics. They use it in crayons. They use it all over stuff. Like 1.7 million metric tons of oil. And what happens, they were buying our soybeans. They're buying Brazil soybean or Argentina soybeans, and they crush it to get protein for their hogs. And then they have these oils.
Okay.
And they export it back to us and charge us for that. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Wow.
So biting us on both ends. So we shouldn't do it anyway. But let's try to talk Newsom out of doing that,
Yeah, he's on his way out. I'm telling you that he in fact, one of the stories talking about Newsom, which I think is really important, he vetoed a bill banning forever chemicals in cookware. I mean, if you were to take a prototypical approach to how to not win over the people, there would be Gavin Newsom's picture. I mean, what do you think, Alex?
Well, I think that we can save all the markets and just start harvesting oil from the greasy ass Democrats. Let's just
exactly.
He also banned Glocks and the absurdity of what he puts out. The president secures peace in the Middle East, signs a deal, and he puts out some stupid ass meme. Like I will never understand the lunacy that is being projected, other than it has to be on purpose because nobody's that stupid.
Almost like he's being forced to do it. Maybe. We'll see. Dave, what are your thoughts on your buddy Gavin Newsom?
Well, a good explanation on why he's doing it. It's all the $100 bills being slipped in his back pocket.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
Exactly. And we're talking probably millions over the last however long he's been in office. 100% I agree. All right. So Lisa Maria said, Dave works hard. He was farming late last night. What time did you finish last night, Dave?
About 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think I got everything wrapped up and closed down for the night. But put some big days in here. When it's going good, you just keep going.
How many more days do you think you have before you're done?
I would say if we don't run out of room, probably a week, probably right through there, pending weather and everything else. So we're almost there.
And then once that happens, how long before you replant?
It'll be April when we replant. But after we get done harvesting, we jump in tractors and start tilling.
Oh, okay.
And we're working about doing a little bit of different stuff here and there. So
it's
a nonstop process for the next month. But
he's been bringing in hired labor. I saw Crop TV driving the other night. What's going on there?
That's right. That didn't work out very good. I had to let him go.
Did you? Shout out to Top Crop TV. Exactly. Oh, let's see. So Benji 1959 said tallow. Yeah, I agree, Benji. I can't imagine anybody still using vegetable oil for anything other than diesel fuel. I didn't even realize they used it for that. Ed Flint said seed oil is cancer. Absolutely. It's one of the worst things that you can put in your body. and it is getting exposed. In fact, RFK Jr. yesterday came out and said that he wants to demand that medical schools teach nutrition, that they have to, quote, master the language of prevention, Now, he further went on to say that the future physicians must learn to prescribe diets alongside medications to combat diet-related illnesses, which claim over 1 million American lives annually. Now, this is something that we hear over and over from Dr. Peter Glidden. He talks about the 12 foods to immediately stop eating. Seed oils has been in the narrative. Partially hydrogenated oils that were actually outlawed by the FDA, but manufacturers were given something like 10 years to comply. But this is another move in the right direction as far as RFK is concerned. He is coming out hitting home runs one after another. Alex, what do you think?
Home run after home run after home run after home run. We're winning the game.
Yeah, 100%. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Well, it sounds like he's going to actually pointed in the right direction, but boy, there's going to be a culture shock on that side of what they've learned in the last 50, 80 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. Benji 1959 said, pretty sure Gavin is an actor now. Yeah, either that, it's a 2.0, or he's under submission would be my guess. JP Metal Slayer says he uses the oil to slick back his hair. Exactly. He is just Slick Willie all over again. Him and Clinton, right? Tire Man said, yeah, I went to sleep watching Dave drive his tractor. That was riveting television, Tire Man. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, usually when I sometimes I'll see your live come on and I'll jump on there, but the last couple of days I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Knit Mom says, Gavin learned the grifting from Aunt Nancy. Exactly. For all of you who are not familiar, there's a lot of, what's the term, Alex, for nepotism in the political realm. You know, Nancy Pelosi's nephew is Gavin Newsom. I mean, what are the chances, right? Talk about a cartel. What do you think, Alex?
Well, I mean, he's in bed with Barack Obama. Him and Gavin are urging Californians to vote for, what is it, Proposition 50, a ballot measure that would replace the state's independent redistricting system, changing the map, like rigging an election. I don't know.
Right, exactly. Dave?
Yeah, it's there. That isn't, like, we know that we talk about the deep state and how deep it is, and it's across the board. And they've been working at setting up the system for a long time, and now it's being exposed.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. 100%. I agree. Hey, Kathleen Paschke's over here on Facebook. Hey, Kathleen, glad you could make it. Magic just showed up. Dobermom 79 said submission. Absolutely. I think that's exactly what's going on. Rick Sr. said, what kind of oil should we use to cook? Well, so this is just my opinion. This is not medical advice. Buy it on the TikTok shop, yada, yada, yada. But I use extra virgin coconut oil because it doesn't go rancid when you heat it up. Now, olive oil raw, I think, is fine. But once you heat up olive oil to about 160 degrees, it actually turns rancid. So I don't use that for cooking. I use extra virgin coconut oil. And that's just my opinion. Alex, what do you guys use?
Ask the chef. I use the grill and the smoker. Allie's got one oil for this type, high temp, one's a low temp, one's for salads. I asked the boss. I don't know. Yeah,
I know. Dave, what do you guys use?
Yeah, we use olive oil for the most part. But think about our grandparents. They used beef fat. They had all their meat stored in crocks in the basement, covered in salt. You know, think about, and they've lived. A lot of them lived to be 100. So,
well, you know, me being Lebanese and Syrian, my grandparents brought over a salad dressing recipe that to this day all of my siblings and I use on a regular basis, and it's very simple and it's very healthy. What you do is you take raw garlic and you crush it up. And I use a mortar and pestle. You can use a crusher, whatever. You add a little bit of iodized sea salt, really any salt, but I like using iodized sea salt. And then you add fresh lemon juice and olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Mix it all up. It is the most wonderful tasting and so good for you salad dressing that I've ever experienced. In fact, I've had over the years, so many people tell me to figure out a way to bottle it and sell it. And I don't know if I could. I guess we could, but If anybody wanted to
Sam Shallhead salad dressing.
right, the towel head salad dressing. Exactly. Exactly. But again, so it's fresh garlic, salt, fresh lemon juice, and extra virgin olive oil. Believe me, you'll love it. It's fantastic. Hey, Nut just showed up. Hey, Nut, glad you could make it. David here is here. That was a troll. Hey, Lace and Steel just showed up. Hey, Lace and Steel. Sassy Minnesota girl said avocado oil. Exactly. I'm not that familiar with avocado oil, but I've heard good things about it.
And you're in California?
I know. Dobermom 79 said lard for me. Well, I guess lard is essentially tallow, right? Scotty Too Hottie said tallow is the best. Glenn said peanut oil. Let's see. The only time I've had any experience with peanut oil is my former father-in-law. Whoa! Oh, of course it's James. James, we knew you were creeping in the background. Everybody's been asking about you. I'm not sure if you can come on or not, but if you can, just let us know.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I know. I completely lost my train of thought here. Lace and Steel said, Dr. Glidden says oil in a bottle is no good. I would agree. 100% I would agree. Benji 1959 says, I use peanut oil. June 2024 just showed up. Hey, June. Lee said, I'm fascinated by storing meat in lard. I didn't know that you could do that. Huh. Interesting. And Mama Bear with the squirrels, of course. I know you guys. Let's say, I'm sure Brian has squirrels. Yep, there they are, Brian with the squirrels. Oh boy. Lace and Steel said yes, lard is tallow. That's what I figured. But yeah, okay, good. Thank you for that, Lace and Steel. All right, let's see. Oh, that's right. I was telling the story about the peanut oil before the whale jumped on the screen. The only experience I've had with peanut oil is my ex-father-in-law did a turkey one year in one of those deep fryers, and he used peanut oil, and it was delicious. I have no idea if it was good for you or not, but man, what a flavor that thing had. Have you ever used one of those, Alex?
Yes, and they cook it quick, and it's good, but I like to spatchcock it. Basically, you split the breastbone and you lay it out flat on the smoker. Best freaking turkey you'll have in your entire life ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow. Yeah, I love smoked meat. My brother-in-law has a smoker, and I mean, I'm constantly saying, look, I'll bring the meat over if you'll smoke it. And he only does it a few times a year, but when he does, oh my gosh, it is to die for. Incredible.
Alex, do you do beer can chickens too?
We do. Instead of beer, I'll use root beer and barbecue sauce. Yeah, but the spatchcock turkey last Thanksgiving, the white meat was as tender and juicy as any dark meat you've ever had. Like, it was not dry. It was not. Oh, it was. There was not. It was a 20. I think we got a 25 or a 26-pound bird. There was not one single scrap of turkey left.
Wow. You know, my dad, when we were young, whenever there was turkey left over, the next day, every year, it was a tradition. He would make turkey tacos. And he would take the leftover turkey, he'd mix it with potatoes and some other, I don't know what seasonings he used, but oh my gosh, it was incredible. And for those of you just tuning in, yes, this is the Food Channel today, just so you know what's going on. I don't know how the hell we got up on.
Can I make a request? Stop talking about. Can I make a request? Stop talking about food. I gained 10 pounds.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. But there's some good recipes in there. All right. So Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson, said that the current government shutdown could be the longest ever. Now, what implications do you think that spells out, Alex?
Well, if we hit the 61 day, we become a small government again. We're gonna have to wait and see. Knock on wood. You've got, multi-millionaire billionaires stepping in saying we'll help foot the bill until we get it across the finish line. You have the GOP coming out every single day, calling a spade. Schumer has, voted for the same exact bill how many times, and now this time he's not. They're losing credibility with not just that their own party is imploding on itself. But if we hit the 61-day mark, which would be the longest in history, above the 35 days that we've seen in the past, it opens the door for Trump to literally kick on the vacuum and suck out all the roaches. I mean, it is a clean sweep. We go back to limited small government, which is what the Constitution was intended to have in the first place. But CNN Collins, she's a train wreck. Van Hollen, Coons, everybody on all sides of the spectrum in media and Congress and Senate have something to say about it. So it's a lot of noise, and so maybe Trump's using watch the right hand while you don't know what the left hand's doing.
Could very well be. Could very well be.
We'll see.
Dave, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's interesting on the stuff, and maybe that millionaire that's stepping up covering the military could be Elon Musk.
Well, again, and I know this is out there for some of you people, but I don't think Elon is who we think he is. I think that his assets and his persona has been seized by the Patriots, and they're utilizing that money. The first thing they did was buy Twitter, right? Took the deep state out at the knees with taking that over. Now, is it possible that some of that money, I think he's worth almost $500 billion now? Some ridiculous amount of money, right? So you could use that for a lot of things. If in fact you did control those funds, some of the things that you might be able to do with that could be very interesting.
Well, what the Democrats are trying to get into the bill is $24.6 million of our hard-earned money as taxpayers for climate resilience in Honduras.
Right.
WTF.
Exactly.
We're done with the shrimps running on the treadmill. We're done.
Right.
No more.
And then Honduras, 3.9 million to LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Balkans, and 2 million for feminist democratic principles in Africa. Come on. You've got to be kidding me, right?
They do know this is United States tax money, right?
Right, exactly.
What has it got to do with any of that stuff?
Public broadcasting too. They want to funnel the money over. So here's what we're seeing. They being the GOP, Trump, the mandated responsibility that was given to them by the American people. They've gone in, waste, fraud, and abuse, money going places it's not supposed to go, and this is a very clear indication of what they're so desperately trying to get back is all their slush fund money, right? Because we know that money doesn't go where they say it's going. It recycles back into their pockets, and they are desperate because the coffers are closed and they can't stick there's no more cookies in the cookie jar. They can't steal anymore.
Exactly.
And blatantly obvious.
Exactly. Scotty Too Hottie said, we got BlackRock also. I agree with you, Scotty, and I think State Street, and I think Fidelity. I think the major investment banks as well. Truther, who is Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay, said 13818 and 13848. Absolutely. Those are the executive orders that essentially seize the funds of anybody caught with election interference or human trafficking. Very good point, Truther, Lindsay. Thank you for that. Crane Guy here. Hey, Crane Guy. Jody Singleton 8 said Dems are sickos. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? All right, let's see. Oh, thanks, Ben. Sponsor time. Rick Senior, snack time. Exactly. All right. So we got a little heated there. I kind of lost my train of thought, but here we go. So
We're
first
4 minutes behind. Everybody calm down.
Is that what time it is? I don't even know what time it is. Okay. So first up, Mike Lindell. Now there is, I don't remember who sent me this video, but there is some chatter that Mike Lindell is being threatened with having his company shut down. Now, I don't know how true it is. I have not reached out to corporate. I just heard it this morning. But if you can, and if you need pillows or towels or sheets or slippers or anything else that Mike sells that you would normally buy at a different store, give Mike the business. He could use it. He needs our help. Use the promo code SAM. And again, Mike is fighting for the integrity of America. I think we can, if we can afford it and you need something, go get it from Mike. MyPillow.com, discount code SAM. Next, Neil Naturopathic. Dr. Neil's a personal friend of mine. He developed this line of hair care products that are chemical and toxin free. They destroy dandruff and actually regrow hair. So go to neilnaturopathic.com. Use the discount code SAM20, that's SAM20, and you'll get 20% off your order. And of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. If you go to samshalhoub.com, click on the button in the upper right-hand corner that says Dr. Glidden. He's got a website. There it is that Alex is showing you right there. He has a website where you can ask him any question you could imagine when it comes to health and wellness, and you'll get an answer. Go to my website, click on the Glidden button, use the code SAM, and you'll get 30% off of his membership. And he will be with us again on Friday. He's going to be coming on every Friday for the foreseeable future. So if you can join us on Friday, you can ask him questions yourself. Alex, what do we have today? Cybersecurity?
RiskToolTech.com, helping companies secure their infrastructure with a roadmap, policies, procedures, and staff training, all in a software as a service package. You log into the website, you assign training. It doesn't matter if you have 5 employees or 5,000. It takes less than 10 minutes to set up an entire year worth of cybersecurity training for your staff. RiskToolTech.com.
Thank you, Alex. Jody Singleton said, I heard the same thing yesterday. Sherry Berry said, I used to work with Mike. He's an awesome for Patriot Hearts. Absolutely. Mike is a good man. He is. And boy, has he been put through the ringer. So again, if you can use something that he's selling, get it from Mike and use the code SAM. It helps this channel as well. All right, let's see. Skippy over on YouTube said, Sam, Newsom versus Sam Shalhoub. You know, I would run for governor, but I'd never get elected because I'd tell the truth. There's just no way that they would elect me. And
I'd prefer to see a boxing match rather than you run for governor.
Boxing match with him?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, come on, man. He might as well start falling down and getting up again just to practice. It'd be over in a heartbeat. I'd hit him so hard that his grandkids would be stupid. All right, so let's see. Kim55 just showed up. Hey, Kim. What?
Real quick, Sam.
Yeah.
Just going backwards a little bit, we were talking about voting. Did you know that Liberty Vote, a Missouri company founded by Scott Lingendecker, a former Republican elections director for St. Louis, Missouri, just acquired on October 9th Dominion Voting Systems?
I did see that. I saw that, but I wasn't able to verify it, so I didn't bring it up. That's a very good point.
It's verified. It's verified. It says the acquisition occurred amid ongoing scrutiny from the 2020 election. Though Liberty Vote has pledged to focus on election integrity and compliance with federal standards. So here's my beef with that. I don't care that they're, liberty focused and Republican and whatever. They purchased it. Does that mean that we're still going to have to use it? Because I don't want to. I want paper ballots.
100% agree.
And in Minnesota, what did they say? That illegals can still vote. Minnesota election official says illegals can vote with Walt's driver's licenses.
Wow.
Like,
I thought that was conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Not according to this news article right here. I mean.
And for those of you who aren't aware, the CIA for decades has used 2 specific software programs and machines in other countries to overturn governments. One of them was called Scorecard. The other one was called Hammer. And they have, in my opinion, have been using that here for quite some time as well. So you don't want to get rid of you want to get rid of the machines. You want to go to paper ballots, at least as far as I'm concerned. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Well, maybe that purchase was to try to control it until all the litigation's through, covering the midterms and maybe covering the next step. So maybe that was purchased, and maybe that was taken care of until then, because there'll be litigation chasing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. Russell Webster over on YouTube said Republicans give Israel $30 billion a year. They're no better. I agree. I think that this whole idea that Israel can do no wrong is BS. It actually has to do with the voting base here in the United States, what I call Christian Zionists that don't understand what's really going on. But I believe all of that is getting sorted out as we speak. I think that we are going to see a catalyzing event with Israel. Now, whether that's with Hamas, I don't know, but there's going to be a switch that's flipped, I think. What were you going to say, Alex?
Term limits and dual citizenship is out the door. If you're a dual citizen, you are not to hold office. Period. The end. Period.
100%. Could not agree more. Dave, what do you think?
I agree that all needs to be taken care of. It's interesting. I seen one other thing yesterday too with Charlie Kirk's medal. It was a Medal of Freedom. Is that what they labeled that?
Yep.
Yesterday, it actually had a cross on it for the first time ever.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Everybody's agreeing with you, Alex. It looks like in the chat. Exactly. Hannah K's here. Hey, Hannah and Beaver.
Also, we just had Sam Shalhoub join us. Thanks for joining us.
Jeez, are you serious? Jeez.
Cheers.
You guys,
Sam.
and I haven't said this in a while, but I'm going to tell everybody, I will not reach out to you. I do my best to answer as many messages as I can, but I will never reach out to you and ask you to invest in some QFS or whatever the heck it is. That's not me. I only have one account on TikTok. This is it, Sam_Shalhoub. I only have one account on Facebook, Sam Shalhoub. I only have one account on Rumble, Sam Shalhoub. One account on YouTube, Sam Shalhoub, and one account on X, Shalhoub Sam. Those are the only legitimate accounts. And if you have any questions about what channels are actually mine, go to my website. There's a list of the channels on the left. You can click on it. It'll take you directly to my channel.
I'm so glad it wasn't you asking my wife.
Tell everybody that story, Alex. That needs to be repeated.
Sitting here at my desk and Allie's laying in bed. She goes, babe, Sam's asking me where I'm from. That's kind of weird. I was like, that's not Sam. That's not
exactly.
That's not Sam.
I know.
She's like, oh, thank goodness. I was getting a little weirded out. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think Sam was like that.
I would have said he's finally lost it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The wheels will come off. Oh my gosh. Sherry's here. Hey, Sherry. And Vivian just showed up saying, sorry I'm late. I missed the subject's topic. We're we're talking about all of the different headlines in the dispatch today. Next, Chuck Schumer is calling for, quote, forceful uprising against the Trump administration. I don't think that's going to age very well. What do you think, Dave?
Well, that's why we have the military in place, I believe.
100%. 100%. Alex?
I 100% agree with Dave.
Yeah. And then on top of that, an Illinois activist judge ordered ICE to tear down security fence protecting a federal facility. I mean, at one point, are these rogue judges going to be held accountable? Well, I have a feeling it's coming pretty soon. What do you think, Alex?
Well, I mean, Trump's also threatening to pull the 2026 FIFA from Boston. FAFO, keep up with your narrative, keep up with your BS, and watch how that ends up working out for you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Wendy said, hi, Sam, welcome in. Exactly. Oh, my gosh. Jan Lovin being grandma said they've lost their ever-loving minds. Isn't that the truth, Jan? Isn't that the truth? Now, this next story is really interesting. U.S. Supreme Court rejected Alex Jones's appeal of a $1.4 billion Sandy Hook judgment. Now, this thing with Alex Jones has been going on for a while. I think it's theater because he's been on the brink of losing everything multiple times in the last few years. In fact, it was Alex Jones that came out about the story about Mike Lindell, that they're forcing Mike Lindell out of business. Now, whether it's accurate or not, I can't tell you, but that's what he said. He was with Tucker Carlson, if I remember right. But this thing with Alex Jones and The Onion taking over, InfoWars, and it just seems like it's been going on forever. And then whenever he gets to the precipice, something happens and it doesn't take place. Alex, what do you make of it?
I see what you're saying. It's interesting that we get to the precipice and then not. But whether you like him, love him, hate him, disagree, agree, regardless, he was the canary in the coal mine. He was the first social media, alternative media person that in one day, they shut down every single outlet he had: Facebook, Google, YouTube. I mean, coordinated effort to shut him up. So why, you have to ask, why would they do that? What is he saying that they are so concerned about? You have freedom of speech. You can say, in my opinion, I believe that, if wings were on frogs, they wouldn't bump their ass every time they're jumping. But, the reality is they're creating the problems and the solutions. We're watching it with digital IDs in UK and people being arrested for social media posts that don't align with the narrative. It's very George Orwell 1984. I believe that the big money structure is very desperate right now, and so they are doing everything they can, throwing everything they've got, including the kitchen sink and the baby in the bathwater, at it to try and stop what's happening. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to somehow backhole Lindell. Same with Alex Jones. It's lawfare, and what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. It's a two-party justice system, right? If you've got enough money and the right judge in your back pocket, you can do whatever you want.
Right. And you talking about him being the canary in the coal mine, it's absolutely true. He has done way more good for the movement than he's done any kind of damage, in my opinion. And we'll have to see how it plays out. But something's just, what are your thoughts on it, Dave, about Alex Jones?
And what was it, $1.4 billion for saying he said it was fake, that he didn't agree with it, and there's some strange things with it. But I believe Alex Jones was also the guy that pre-called that event back in 2011.
Yep.
So
2001.
Just a little tidbit.
Yeah.
Just a little tidbit of information. When there are events like that, there is a company of record that is licensed to clean up biological matter. Somebody find me the company that cleaned up Columbine. Pretty easy to do. Find me the company that cleaned up what they're going after Alex Jones for.
Yeah.
I
agree. It's theater. And I just, you're right. Hey, Joe Buckwheat 2 made it. Hey, Joe. Tim Shaw 707 said he's been right more than wrong. Absolutely, I agree. Holly said it's fishy. Yep, exactly. John Langlow said study the videos and pics. That's exactly right, John. If you watch, in fact, Joe Rambo over on X did a kind of a D-class episode with David Neustreason, and they spelled it all out. I would highly encourage everyone to go watch that video. You won't have any doubts after that, in my opinion. User said, I think Sandy Hook was a false flag. Yeah, of course it was, at least in my opinion. I agree.
Do you think that had to do to stop or slow down pew-pews? Was that the reason why?
It's, as far as what the end game was, I couldn't tell you. But nice
Right.
bunny ears. I'm not really sure, Dave, but it's not what they said it was, in my opinion.
Was it another case of watch the right hand so you don't see what the left hand's doing?
Could be. Absolutely could be. Absolutely could be. Brian said, love the TikTok shop with a bunch of squirrels. Thank you, Brian, for having our back. I know you got to be careful with these things. So Fox News, CNN, CBS, and NBC are all refusing to sign the new Pentagon press rules. As I said in the dispatch, does this mean that we're going to get rid of the mainstream and people like me are going to be on television? It's doubtful, but I think we're moving in the right direction. Alex, what do you think?
I said it yesterday. I want to see Sam's 6'3", strutting down the hall of the Pentagon. That'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty.
And then I challenge Pete Hegseth to a push-up contest, I'd probably lose, but I'd do it anyway. Dave, what are your thoughts on this whole MS or all these different channels not agreeing?
Well, what do you think Trump's going to do? He's going to say, okay, see ya. I mean, plain and simple. He's going to say, don't come in then.
You don't want to play chicken with President Trump. Okay?
Not at all.
He's in a freaking Sherman tank coming head on for you, and you're in a Volkswagen. He ain't stopping.
Yes. Sam, the chance I got to shake his hand, I go, thank you, Mr. President, for everything you've done. I go, stay strong. He looked at me and goes, I will.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what he's done.
Nice.
Plain and simple.
Beautiful. Ego said, Sam reports from Washington. Wouldn't that be great? I think I could get everybody a shout out over on mainstream media. Wouldn't that be something? Cindy Hayden just made it. Hey, Cindy. Oh, look at Lisa Marie. She said, Pete is smoking hot, in my opinion. Slow down, girl. Look at that left ring finger. I think that's occupied at this point. Skippy said Remington got sued and is almost out of business because of Sandy Hook. Yeah, that's again. There are tentacles from that thing that extend way out, in my opinion.
Obama shut down all the lead smelting plants in the United States, which caused the price of ammo to go ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So President Trump said a very wealthy private Trump donor offered to pay U.S. troops salary if funding ran out amid the U.S. government shutdown. Is this just another optical rollout for something that's already happened? What do you think, Alex?
I think we need to hit him up and see if he wants to sponsor the show.
Who?
This gentleman that wants to
Oh,
pay the
yeah,
salary.
exactly. I don't know who it is, but if you're listening to this broadcast, sir or ma'am, please send me a message. I'd be happy to talk to you about it.
I think it's just another sign that the people have each other's back in this country.
Yeah, 100%. Pure Blood Holly John said, I bet it's Elon. That would be my first guess too, Holly. My first guess too. Oh, Tracy Fagan said the same thing. Yep. Vivian said the first name of Rambo you suggested we watch. So it's Joe Rambo over on X or David News Treason. If you go to their Rumble accounts, one of their Rumble accounts, and you just type in Sandy Hook or something like that, you'll be able to watch it. Or Columbine. They did a phenomenal job in breaking that down. I would highly encourage everyone to take a look at that. Richard Pacente over on YouTube said, Sam Shalhoub brings journalism back to sense details at 11. I love it. Good job, Richard. All right. Benji 1959 said the Patriots are strong. Exactly. How many times has President Trump quoted Sun Tzu's Art of War? Appear weak when you're strong, appear strong when you're weak. Believe me, he's got it down to a fine detail. What do you think, Dave?
I agree. I was just going to Google how much does it cost to pay the monthly pay for military personnel. I don't know what it is, but I think there's only a few guys you could count on a hand.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
could pay for that.
Exactly.
If that's the case.
Exactly. And that leads right into we're talking about President Trump. He said, if Hamas does not disarm, he said, quote, we will disarm them and it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently, but they will disarm. Do you understand me? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty crystal clear. What do you think, Alex?
FAFO. 17 hours in a seat of a bomber and nobody knew it was coming. Like, don't test the man, because peace through strength is going to come knocking on your front door.
Yep. Christine Thomas said that she thinks the number is 6 billion plus for the military payroll. That sounds about right. I mean, I have no idea, but thanks, Christine. That seems to make sense. Jody Singleton said Patriots are in control. 100% I agree.
Well, 6 billion plus, but that's over a year. So break that down into 12 months, and you've got to cover the 61 days for us to be able to clean house. So,
and it's pocket change for Elon.
Right.
He's carrying that around in his pocket.
Yeah. What are the rules on the tariff money? Who has control of that money?
I would assume the Doge is probably, no, I guess it would be the External Revenue Service.
Well, but would it take act of Congress to move it? No. Shouldn't
Not
it
if
just say,
Congress
hey,
isn't in session.
that's right.
Exactly.
See how this is going?
Exactly. 100%, Dave. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so here's one. We're going to take a survey on this one. There is scuttlebutt out there, according to Homeland Security, that President Trump is preparing an executive order. Oh, nice. Oh, it's James again, lurking, creeping in the background.
Get to work, James.
So President Trump is preparing an executive order to temporarily suspend daylight savings time until Congress ends it permanently. Now, I want to do a survey here. If you want daylight savings time to be gone, put a 1. If you don't, put a 2. 1, you want it gone. 2, you don't. Let me see what everybody has to say. Tim Shaw 707 says 1. Deanna P 1. Boogie B 1. Benji 1959 1. User 1. Lee 1. User 1. Wendy 1. Sherry Berry 1. Steffi in the Sticks 1. Devin Quas 45 1. Lisa Maria 1. Christine Thomas 1. Tanya Moonsheimer 1. Kevin Kiesler 1. Wendy J 1. Tracy Fagan 1. Cindy Hayden 1. Weezer 1. Joy 1. Lynn Brooks, a whole bunch of ones. I mean, there is not one number 2. Layson Steele 1. Towie Bixby 1. Scotty 2 Hottie 1. Sassy Minnesota Girl number 1. I hate it. Martini Time 1. D 1. Wow. Jason Coons 1. June 2024 1. Oh, TJ said 2. That's the only 2. Gen X Holtz 1. Free to Be Me 1. JP Metal Slayer 1. The Real Alex number 3. Of course. Did I expect anything different?
I tell you what. Normally I would agree, leave it alone. But this morning it was so dark and gloomy. I'm like, I know it's 6:45, but I do not want to get out of bed this morning.
Right. Brian Piquel said 1. Richard Vicente, a whole bunch of 1s. Kathleen Paschke 1. So overwhelmingly, it is they'd rather get rid of it. Now, whether we stay on one time or stay on the other, to me, doesn't so much matter as much as it does to stop changing the clocks. Because of the circadian rhythm with the body, that's what screws it up. Whether we stay with it or we go away from it, leave it whichever one we choose. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah. And I think it was initially brought up by Benjamin Franklin, correct?
No,
Yeah,
I think it was.
1784.
What's that?
1784.
Oh, is it? Okay.
First proposed as a satirical idea by Benjamin Franklin in 1784 while he was in Paris. Modern concept was revived in the early 20th century. Actual implementation occurred on July 1st, 1908, when residents of Port Arthur, Ontario, now Thunder Bay, advanced their clocks by 1 hour as a local energy saving measure. Nationwide adoption during World War II, April 30th, 1916, to conserve coal for the wartime effort. The United States DST was established federally on March 19th, 1918. Woodrow Wilson signed the Standard Time Act into law, again as a wartime fuel-saving measure. However, it was repealed after the war and reinstated inconsistently until the Uniform Time Act of 1966.
Interesting. Now, when I said I don't care which one they pick as long as they just stay with it, so many people agreed with me. Joy, Deanna P, Pureblood Holly Johns, Melanie, Wendy J, Lee, Wendy, Rhonda 2345, Free to Be Me. Everybody is agreeing that pick one and stick with it. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, driving back and forth to Kansas City every day for work for 20 years, it happens at the most inopportune time. The sun just gets to the right part in the sky, so it's not shining in your face both ways, going to and coming from work. And then they change the time, and it's right back in your face again.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So next up, the DOJ struck a major blow against global trafficking in a record $15 billion Bitcoin seizure. Now, there's a couple things with this. Number one, We've been wanting to build this Bitcoin strategic reserve at a budget neutral perspective, right? This is one way to do it. But Alex, correct me if I'm wrong. In order for them to have seized Bitcoin, they would have had to seize the seed phrase of whoever held it, which if that's the case, I want to know who was holding that seed phrase and where $15 billion came from. What do you think?
I mean, the anonymity of the blockchain is what makes it so attractive. But I do believe that they have ways. Maybe they were monitoring. Maybe they're watching. Things such as keystroke loggers. I mean, it's not hard if you've got enough lead time to get in and capture information. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened. The likelihood of you getting it without the correct seed phrase or wallet information, access information, is next to zero. So
yeah, so they got somebody and they sang like a bird, or they had it written down or something. Yeah. TJ, who said number 2 for the daylight savings time, said, "I'm a Minnesota Gift snow girl. I need it to be dark for Christmas lights." Well, at least you've got your priorities right, TJ. Dave, what are your thoughts on this Bitcoin deal?
Well, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if you'll ever find out who it is, but is that going to the wealth fund also, or what's happening with
I
that?
would assume so.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so what's that?
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, exactly. They want to throw a few of those coins this way. I'll take some. So last story. Oh, what's that? Are those new Meta glasses, Alex?
no, James told me to put on sunglasses
Oh, why?
Stop.
because I was complaining
Stop.
about the sun being in my eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
Future's so
Interstate
bright.
Inmate. He said, "Great, get Ray-Bans or Oakleys, Alex." Oh my gosh. Oh, James, I'm not sure if you're.
Alex's future is so bright he's got to wear shades.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Beaver said, "Remember, we're dancing from yesterday." Oh, that's right. You're right. You got to hold us accountable here. I completely forgot because we're only at 77,000. So I'm thinking, oh, I guess we're not dancing today. But you're right, Beaver. We do have to from yesterday. We get to from yesterday. So the last story of the day, the Russian embassy. Yeah, thanks, Dave. The Russian embassy will be hand delivering evidence on who assassinated JFK, which Congress attempted to collect in the 90s that were blocked. This was according to Kirill Dmitriev, who is a Russian businessman, diplomat guy. What do you make of it, Alex?
So many people just saying things like they are.
I know.
Common sense returning to the world. Come on.
What a concept, right? Dave, what do you think?
Well, and that's coming from Russia.
Yeah,
You said-
Kirill Dmitriev.
Didn't Putin said he'll tell us what happened in 2001 too? Didn't he say that?
Yeah,
What
exactly.
happened? So it seems like they know, or they been watching us closely on what's happening over here.
It's
They know where
almost
the
like
bodies are buried.
it's almost like POTUS is working with China, Russia, North Korea, Saudi Arabia. Interesting concept. Exactly. Oh, that's right. What was that about Melania Trump and back? Oh, that's right. Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. So let's see, Alex. You want to cue it up for us because we are dancing today. Because yesterday we hit 100,000 right at the end and just weren't ready, but we are today. What do you think?
Well, if I click the right, I'm pulling a Sam Shalhoub. I got to click the right button.
Oh, yeah, exactly. There we go. All right, everybody, stand up, stretch those legs, get your dancing shoes on, because we are dancing today. All right, who do we got dancing so far? Dear Blood Holly Johns, Jan Lovin being grandma, Rick Sr., Deb Ebb, Joy is dancing, so is Patricia. Oh, I don't see any dancing emojis over on the other platforms yet. Come on, you guys. Oh, there we go. Kathleen Paschke's got it going over there. Let's see. Chris Romano, Rick Sr., Pure Blood Holly Johns, Mary Lise Brown, Wendy, Laffy Rocks. Everybody is dancing. Boogie B, June 2024. We got dancing over here. Jody Singleton, Nurses Dancing, John Langlow, Melanie, Charlie. All right. Good job, everybody. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at now. We've got Richard Pacenti dancing over on YouTube as well. Good job, Richard. Excellent job. Okay, Dave, final thoughts? What's that?
I got to get my fireworks going on first.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm multitasking out here.
And you're doing a great job.
300 bushel corn, checking out Trump's schedule, and putting on fireworks.
There we go.
So I was going to tell you Trump's schedule today. He's in a press conference with the Federal Bureau of Investigation at 3 o'clock from the Oval Office. And then President Trump hosts a ballroom dinner at the White House at 7:30 tonight. So always keep an eye on President Trump. Be an exciting afternoon and an exciting night. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
There is no grass growing beneath POTUS's feet. Alex?
Nope.
Well, I mean, think about what he did yesterday. Before I get to final thoughts, got in a plane, flew overseas, signed a peace deal, had an hour-long talk, got on a plane, flew over to Egypt, signed some more, had some more conversations, and then got on the plane and flew back to give the peace medal to Charlie Kirk's widow, which by chance was the first peace medal in history to have a cross engraved on the back of it. Like the man doesn't sleep. He doesn't quit working for us. He doesn't. He doesn't use the auto pen. It's really something miraculous what that guy is able to do. There is no quit inside of him. As far as closing statements here, every sunrise is a reminder for all of us that we've survived some pretty tough days so far. So let today be a day that you have a chance to relax and thrive. Keep chasing what lights you up. The universe is rooting for you. Time is the only thing that you can't buy more of or create more of, and it's not lost on us that you choose to spend it with us daily, Monday through Friday. So thank you very much.
100%, I agree. And I want to give some honorable mentions that I forgot to do earlier. Mary Lise Brown, Interstate Inmate, Benji 1959, Charlie, Johnny B, Wendy J, Towie Bixby, Jan Lovin being Grandma, Wendy, David, Chris Romano, Rick Sr., Scotty Too Hottie, Joy, Pure Bullet Holly Johns, Teresa, June 2024, Sassy Minnesota Girl, TJ, and the list goes on. Thank you all for the gifts. And most of all, thank you for being here with us. I just love this time. We get to interact. We get to share our thoughts. Sometimes we agree. Sometimes we disagree. And that's okay because we do it with respect and love. So keep in mind, everyone, the best is yet to come. All right, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. See you guys.
And we get to give James shit when he